against this glue.
Okay.
So they do go for the Moskov and the Suyo in the end. Man, this is a pretty resource-heavy lineup. Moskov, Suyo, and Kimi. BTR. Wow, how's Pryo in the mid lane? Kalea, Valentina versus Mathilda, Kimi. Kimi clears the way pretty fast, right?
Yep.
But is it as fast? Are they online as quick as a Kalea, Valentina? I think early game neutral objective should be Kalea, Valen.
For sure, a lot of utility there. But the question is gonna be, what's gonna be the jungler here? Because options are quite limited. I think Hanzo would, against a Moskov.
Yeah. Are they gonna just go Lancelot again?
Yeah, I guess that's an option here. But against a Phoveus, it's a bit hard to get around. It's gonna be the Fredrin. Huh.
Interesting.
Do you think
Mr. President Granger Eman.
So it's, yeah, too much eggs in a basket maybe towards Eman, but do you think that's a concern towards the late game? If they can snowball, I don't think that's gonna be a problem.
I think it depends on how they'll be able to contest and execute the early game, right? Because it really comes down to the first hurdle for BTR. And technically for TLID too. Suyo, Phoveus, Mathilda, this is a very Turtle 1-ish composition. They want to both fight for it. Fredrin versus Suyo. Lineup rating does favor TLID.
Wow.
I think a lot of this game can be placed into Turtle 1. Whoever wins that will have a massive advantage with a snowball building to mid-game.
Well, let's see though. Aaron Shiki says he's never lost to Bigetron Alpha. This is the time to extend that streak and proves that the cavalry will prevail over the red robots. Game number 1, BTR versus TLID.
Lanadon, here we go, and let's see some action here. Three purifies from the side of Liquid.
Yeah.
Man, that Kalea really just forces a spell on you.
Thing is though, BTR will have so many ways to layer their skills, their CC. It's a glue on top of just the Kalea, and then there's a taunt, knock up, all the good stuff over as well from the Fredrin. And man, gonna have some pretty easy targets, I would say, to actually hit because of the lack of flickers, the lack of mobility, I guess. But actually thinking about it, never mind. They have a Mathilda already to deal with that issue.
Luke's gonna have quite an easy time here, but he's up against one of the Glue Savant as well in Iran, so I'm expecting Iran to be able to handle this lane well. Early game so far, nothing much going on. Annabelle is just trying to jungle. This is just the usual Fredrin stuff, man. You gotta wait for the spells to come through.
Oh, Ben! Oh my goodness, Yehezkiel! He doesn't want to waste a spell, but he will fall. That's a miscalculation right there.
I did not expect that damage from Kalea.
That's a concussive blast as well. I think even Yehezkiel didn't expect that damage. That's why he didn't purify. But this has been a reoccurring thing again for Yehezkiel. Up against RQ, if you guys remember. Edok on the Franco, Rins on the Sicilian. I think he was hooked like 3 times in the early game, giving the Sicilian a 4-0 start to the game.
Just trading damage here. Annabelle takes the crab. And now before the turtle fight begins, so far, BTR will have a major advantage here against TLID. SKL still looking for level 4. And this is the time. Annabelle trying to chunk up some HP away. Trying to help Moreno to clear the lane too.
Moreno 4 already. Both teams are set up for this neutral objective take, but up top, Team Taran will also hit level 4. Luke, actually the one with lower HP.
It's a 4v4 Raw. Now it's gonna be Finn jumping in. Turtle retreat battle will go to the side of Fabian. Arando, he is stuck. Isolated. Aran still holding on, and Annabelle goes down first. That's gonna be Luke going down. That's BTR disengaging TLID with a big dub.
Well, there's a reason why Phoveus is getting first picked all the time in the XP lane. This is why Iran, I don't think he's supposed to survive that. That was too much damage to put on him.
He got a 4-man second skill. That was all he needed to win it out. BTR will be able to help Annabelle to secure the orange buff. But that's why when you're up against Phoveus, you clump up, you're dead. He got all of the resets there in the skirmish.
Oh, that's good. Mobilization ultras, Moreno. Still calm and composed, Moreno. Sidesteps. It's going to be Witty spotting Annabelle out. BTR 2 members, they're not healthy health bar wise. seems like TLID will not pull the trigger just yet, though.
Oh, the only player without a flicker or without a purify from TLID is Iran so far, except Fabian, obviously. So he's gonna be the prime target for Vin later on in the game, but I'm not sure if they can actually burst him in the late game. Meanwhile, SKL has to go purify. Still A-OK and secures the glowing one.
Let's take a look at talent prediction by our new application, GoPay.
Hey, the birthday boy needs some love.
Wow, across the board, it's a 2-0 though. Usually, even if we have, the same team, there's a 2-1. Seems that everybody knows how momentum-driven both these teams are.
Yep. They can try to get away. Luke might be. Oh, there you go.
Oh, they touch and they go. Now it's going to be Fabian, though. Isolated, and he will fall to the hands of Luke. Now, good taunt on towards one. That's going to be Ron trying to survive, and he will be guided with the guiding wind as Sony lands. But I'm sure Aaron Shiki is wise to not commit.
Seems like when you have a Fredrin and also a Clue, the early game win condition becomes so much clearer, so much easier to execute.
BTR with a Turtle 2 take after getting that good skirmish down. They started sticking together there. Eman was actually already sent away. And this is, I think, another win condition that TLID can exploit. The fact that it's so even, despite that Turtle take and a big win for BTR in the fight, Aaron Shiki was able to claim a lot of gold. Vin.
He's trying to bait out Aaron Shiki. But he backs off knowing that the Purify is there. And also Reedy with the help towards Aaron Shiki. So far, it's a very even game. Not even a gold lead, actual gold lead. It's visible there. And now a second objective right now. Mirko earlier, I think BTR set it up well, but it's just Fabian with the retry.
Yep, really good retry from Fabian. Securing his own buff, still staying a level ahead, a whole level ahead of Anavel. Certainly will help in the next few neutral objective battles. But this is the thing for TLID. Their damage dealers definitely outscale BTRs, right? BTR are basically trying to hold on with their frontliners, hold on to the damage. That's something that we just have to keep in mind. As Yehezkiel and Aaron continue to scale, they've been able to scale pretty well so far. It will be a big problem for BTR. But again, it really just comes down to if BTR can out-sustain them, or if they can make the fights messier with the glue. I'm thinking of the dynamic here. Who actually wins out late game? Oh, hold up.
Oh, that's an engage, potentially. Circling Eagle. Spots 4. Finn is... Oh my goodness, Annabelle!
Wow.
Takes a lot of heat and he will fall. That's going to be Luke now. Oh, a missed position, but he will be able to back away. That's Annabelle being the sole casualty.
That's Matilda, man. The shields, the kites, and also in late game, I think, back to your point, Mirko, to have a Moskov, and when I see you kick them with a Moskov, that's always kickable.
Exactly.
This is TL ideal, because right now, looking at the composition for BTR, who's gonna take care of the long lane?
That's the thing about BTR. They're kind of forced to play for the neutral objectives, and the fact that they've lost Turtle 1 means it's a big problem for them. They won't be able to fully control the neutral objective, and that's why you can already see them try to scatter away, looking for win conditions on the other side of the map. They got a turret for that Turtle, but I still think it's worth it for TLID because they can play with time. BTR, they kind of have to snowball here or get a big 5v5.
A lot of respect from Annabelle. Actually, first item there towards Radiant Armor, despite some of the physical damage from Aaron and also Fabian. He takes care of that with only Dreadnought.
So far with the Radiant, it's to survive against Yehezkiel, the Dreadnought again, just to soak in as much damage as he can against Aran and Fabian. BTR set up pretty well for the topside push, but no one's defending bot. Luke will make his way down below, but he's scouted by TLID. The macro game right now. A macro game that is actually somewhat even. It'll be a turret for turret, tier 2, tier 2.
Unfortunately, though, it's a long lane for TLID, so in the first Lord, it's going to favor them. Oh, SOD didn't connect by Aaron Shiki. 1k gold lead so far. They're doing just fine, and it comes down to being patient. I think TLID will play that game any day of the week. So far, they have been grouping up as a 4 or 5 here. Second item for Yehezkiel is concentrated energy, Mirko. Something that we've seen, I believe, from... Was it Octa in the first day?
Yeah, I believe so. This sustain. Extra sustain for TLID to play with around these fights. They know, again, BTR, their main strength in the front to back is actually sustain on top of the damage they'll be dealing with Eman, right? But for TLID, even though they only have the advantage with damage, they can make it as though they also have that sustain with the concentrated energy. With
Now by Fabian, at the end of the day, it's a 2-4-3 for the Cavalries.
BTR just takes the fight in Cavalry's yard. And they're paying the price. They just goes in. Didn't realize he has skill and gotta watch out.
Oh, they have enough damage, Witty, with the immobilization. Fabian now looking for the kill. Good flicker by Eman. Now TLID, they have more stability in that Lord, and they will slay it.
Back again to that point, Mirko, they're not really patient enough, BTR. They took the fight when Yehezkiel was there with the damage. Even Witty can take them out of the fight with the guiding wind.
Exactly, just as expected, right? For BTR, it really comes down to how they're able to get the pickoff initially. A lot of their burst comes in instantly, right as the fight starts. But for TLID, if it becomes a long fight, if it becomes a late all-in, then Aaron Shiki on the Moskov, Yehezkiel on the Kimi will be able to output more damage. For BTR, the only consistent source of damage is Eman, so once Moreno has bursted, once Luke and Annabelle have gone through their cycle of skills, it gets really tough. BTR were winning the fight up until they forced the prolonged team fight. That's where TLID really got the dub, got control of the fight, and BTR had to succumb to that consistent damage of Kimi.
Yeah, I wonder if you want to add another utility tool to that consistent damage in Kimi as well. I gotta say, glowing? No, Ice Queen 1 seems... Isn't a bad item for Yehezkiel right now, knowing that they're gonna be in his face all the time, and it's gonna be so annoying. So annoying for BTR.
Yeah, seems like Findal will engage on towards Iran. That's going to be the damage coming through. Iran goes down. Luke now mounting Aaron Shiki. Good connection. Annabelle looking for Raquel. Oh, it's a bloody mess. That's Bigetron. They found their opening that they wanted.
They finally succeed in taking down multiple members of TLID. Now it's only Fabian. The cold swing might be swinging towards BTR after this. 3K. Let's see, what will they end up with?
7 on Iran, 12 on Yehezkiel. Bigetron, they will push forwards. Passive, well, by TLID time. But my goodness, that was too close for comfort.
Ooh, TLID really playing into the game of BTR there. For Aran, the pickoff was kind of inevitable, right? He's the only guy on the team with Fabian, I guess, without Purify. But Aran really, or the team, it really depends. Either Aran needs to play safer for him not to be picked off like that, or TLID needs to let go of some of these members. It's okay if Aran dies. It's not the end of the world. It really looked like for TLID, they went for the desperate play despite them not being in a desperate situation. Losing Aran is not the end of the world. They still had waves to play with. They still had a 3,000 gold lead that is now completely gone because BTR were able to wipe them out almost, right? I mean, it was only Fabian was able to survive in the end. But the win condition still stands for TLID. It's all about long team fights. If they're able to force BTR in the long team fights, they'll be able to outdamage BTR, outdamage the sustain even. But for BTR, if they get one pickoff, play, wait for those cycle of skills to come down off cooldown again, then it'll be good for them. It's a battle of win conditions. BTR, now Aran's gonna be the one.
TLID trying to find a proper engage. Seems like after that fight, Bigetron, they have neutralized the situation. Vin with the flicker. Oh, good Purify, but it's going to be Iran now again taking the Tsunami Slam. That's going to be Iran actually surviving for a bit, but he goes down. That's going to be Bigetron now repositioning, but Finn caught red-handed. Aaron Shiki, even with the Purify, he would not survive. Bigetron punishing that mistake.
Some shades of Mr. Bombastic there, Aaron Shiki. That was a bit unnecessary.
Very, very unnecessary. That was okay, it wasn't the best of pickoffs. Like, it wasn't the best trade for TLID. They definitely wanted to get one more pickoff, but that was not bad. Now it's 3v4.
Gotta be careful. TLID doesn't find an angle there, and they will concede the Lord.
Back to the point, yes, TLID will win in the prolonged team fights as long as they will play with the front to back, as long as they'll play with the sustain of Witty. Going in like that, it was very disconnected. Aaron wanted to go in, the rest of the team were saying pull back, we can still just play for the Lord Dance.
Thankfully though, gotta watch out first.
My goodness, this one is Fabian actually being the recipient of that Tsunami Slam. Thankfully, Witty was around to guide his way back home.
And you gotta thank Moonton as well for photo. That was some pretty good healing and shields as well towards Fabian. As we're gonna take a look again. Bigetron Alpha 1.3k gold lead right now. And about to balloon to more once the Lord crashing in. And Eman, you gotta be able to count on him on this siege situation.
They still have good clear though, but the Lord is in the mid lane.
All Amon needs to do is just find a good positioning and just free hit from the back. Lord down, distracted, will charge in the mid lane though. Seems like it will still stand though. TLID, they will lose the top inhibitor turret.
Okay, so not much value actually from the first Lord, but they will be able to take the mid-tier down below. TLID, they have a pretty good wave clear here.
That's a lot. I wonder how many stacks Eman is sticking on. Like, did he have a kill before getting the Sky Piercer, or are those 3 kills all on the Sky Piercer?
All I can tell you right now is Sky Piercer was built after the Sea Halberd, so he's actually going for utility first before his benefit.
I think it's not bad to actually go for that, knowing that there's a lot of sustain here for the side of TLID with the Mathilda. It'll be very, very tough for them to get through it if he didn't go for the Sea Halberd. Because again, it really is up to Eman to deal the finishing blow, to get the execute, to deal damage. Moreno is definitely the second carry here in this game. He's gone for the Starlium side and the Lightning Truncheon. That's why you saw actually a crazy amount of damage whenever he does get the full cycle of skills in. Eman with Wind of Nature as well, going to be a big point here to highlight, because now it'll be on Yehezkiel to finish him off.
Full-on magic damage here for Yehezkiel and Arachiki. That's a quite big buff, I gotta say. Now the kite becomes even harder for BTR because Arachiki has a bit more range. And I feel like it's gonna be Luke's job to be able to lock down one of this damage dealer from TLID. Once you mount on a certain person or a certain damage dealer, it's pretty much almost game over for TLID. BTR, they start the Lord, and it's to their advantage.
This is going to be weird for TLID because every single time the skirmish has happened with Finn getting a pickup onto Aran. And right now, the Phobius has kind of fallen off. He's not as tanky as he was before. He won't be able to sustain as much as before as well. Finn, again.
Oh my goodness, with the conceal this time, it's gonna be again Aran, the recipient. SOD lands. SOD Aaron, cheeky mobilized, re-hitting though. Come on, finds one. Luke now isolated, he will fall. He will be the trade. It's a 4v4 now. Both the XP down. That's a mistake again and again. And Bigetron, they obliterate the members of TLID one by one. Fabian now in a weird, peculiar position. And Bigetron, come on, about the immortality. Aaron looking to find, but that's going to be the shutdown. Aaron Cheeky has immortality, but Amon wants more. And one by one, TLID tries, and one by one they fall. Bigetron finds the Lord, and they win the fight.
There's a reason why we call him the Maestro Moreno, with a beautiful dash towards the front, and that was the end of TLID in that fight. Eman trying to take down the bottom tier turret here. Can they do it? Yes! Yes, the immortality still. Finn
doesn't really find the connection there. Lord is still very much healthy though. Seems like now with the Tsunami Slam, Finn, too ambitious, he goes down. Though it's gonna be a trade for Aran. That's gonna be all 3 inhibitors down. Officially TLID. Will they defend? That's Amon, loses immortality. Annabelle, trying to buy time. Amon! Enough damage to take Greedy down. The Lord will be taken care of, but now the minions, can they handle the minions? Annabelle goes down, but that's gonna be Amon, one by one. That's gonna be Yehezkiel defending Bigetron in a very, very sporadic end. They find the angle.